Alright, and we are ready for our final battle, the main event of week 1. Um, so usually the last battles of every week is reserved for the most exciting battle. And I will be honest, this battle was kind of back and forth at first, but it wasn't until the last move that it got really, really exciting. It was exciting in general, but the last move was like, what? So, the first team of this main event battle is the Brandon Bayleefs, led by Brody Ring, playing for the Wild Foundation. Um, this being another returning member from the PCO, the OU picks of Ursaluna and Hatterene, two pretty strong mons on their own. Hatterene, of course, able to set up a trick room pretty effectively, but also just being able to tank hits and hit back hard. We see the UU picks of Primarina and Rotom Heat. Primarina being a really strong special attacker with a really fantastic typing as well, with the Rotom Heat able to disrupt and just smack things back. The RU mons of this team being the Metagross, the Salazzle, and the Flygon. All three Pokemon just really strong in their own ways. Metagross, I don't know, being just slow but defensive and just can hit like a truck. The Salazzle being really, really fast and also can hit like a truck. With the Flygon, of course, being really good in situations, really fast, really strong, words. We see the NU mons being Chansey, Gross, Gigalith, and Bombardier. Bombardier, of course, being a Gen 9 Pokemon that, again, I don't know too much about, but I heard some really strong things about this Pokemon, so I'm really excited to see it in the future. We also see Gigalith, a really good Sandstorm setter, which actually, looking at this team, a Sand team is not something, is something that this team can pretty much run effectively with the Ursaluna, with the Metagross, with the Flygon. Sandstorm is a sand specific team is a really good option for this team. And of course Chansey just being annoying with its Eviolite, just naturally strong special defense. Just annoying. And the PU picks of this team being a Glaring Corsola, Poliwrath, Shedinja, and my Eldegoss. I miss Eldegoss, man. It was so good. The Glaring Corsola being another good, just chonky mon that can also do a lot of damage with its with its abilities and with its movesets. Really wide moveset. And this team is a pretty strong-looking team. Their opponents for this main event battle is the Tapu Bullies, led by Zekrom365, playing for Doctors Without Borders. Zekrom is here in chat. The two OU mons being two Hisuian mons of Lilligant Hisuian and Arcanine Hisuian. We see the UU mons of Nidoking and Hawlucha. Nidoking having really good potential with its sheer force ability and the potential of running Life Orb with that. Hawlucha, of course, with its Unburdened ability, being able to run some really good utility with that as well. We see the Argumons in Porygon Z, Incineroar, and my Cantonian Ninetales, my baby. Porygon being a really just strong special attacker, with its normal type having very little weaknesses and really good type coverage, as Porygon Z is able to do some damage. And of course, Ninetales, I am biased towards Ninetales, its baby. Really good sun setup potential, it's really strong natural special attack. It's a really good mon. The NU mons of this team being Starmie, Lurantis, and Scyther. Starmie having some really good special attack too with its natural cure ability. I think is one of its abilities, I'm pretty sure. Natural cure able to cure, of course, the status. And of course, Scyther being able to run with Eviolite with its naturally strong attack and its ability Technician. Scyther can do some really good damage here. And the PU mons being Comfey, Pikachu, Kofagrigus, and Charon. Comfey being a returning Pokemon to this team as well, and Comfey just able to do some work if you're not expecting it. This team just really well built, really strong individual Pokemon that can also work together. And let's see the starting lineups for these teams. The Brandon Bayleefs running with the Rotom Heat, the Primarina, hiding behind this Metagross. We see the Gigalith, the Chansey, and the Flygon. And for the Tapu Bullies, we have the Hisuian Arcanine, the Comfey, the Nidoking, Starmie, Scyther, and the Lilligant. Hisuian Lilligant. Lilligant is a Pokemon that I don't really know too much about. I do kind of know about the Arcanine because I've researched him because he was one of my potential picks, but I don't really know too much about this Hisuian Lilligant. I'm really excited to see what it can do. But yeah, we see the strong Sandstorm potential here with this Gigalith and the Flygon Metagross, who can both get boosted by it. We see, of course, this Chansey here, gross, and we see the Comfey making its return. I don't know. I'm excited to watch this battle. Again, the main event for a reason. Let's get started. The random Bayleefs leading with this Gigalith to set up the Sandstorm right away, and the Hisuian Arcanine taking the Intimidate. There we go. Stealth Rock being used by the Arcanine and by the Gigalith as well to get traps set up on both sides of the field. The Arcanine hard swapping out into the Starmie with heavy duty boots to take a Rock Blast, only hitting 2 times though. Starmie, of course, getting buffeted by the Sandstorm though. The Protect coming in from this Gigalith though to protect from the Rapid Spin, so the traps don't get cleared quite yet. The Rapid Spin though coming in, critting, of course, only doing 4 damage, but of course clearing the Stealth Rocks, getting hit by the Rocky Helmet from this Gigalith, and getting smacked by this Toxic Poison. Doing a little bit of chip damage down from the Toxic and the Sandstorm. Yet the Natural Cure Switch swapping out from the Starmie into the Nidoking, and the Gigalith going for Protect to kind of scope out what's happening. Flygon then swapping in to replace the Gigalith, with Nidoking then going for the Earth Power, of course, being immune by the Levitate from this Flygon. Nidoking then swapped out into the Scyther, with the Flygon going for the Defog, so now all traps are taken out of the field, with the U-turn then getting hit, going in from this Flygon to U-turn back into this Metagross, with the Scyther then going for an Agility to boost its speed by 2 times. And the Bug Bite coming in doing a big chunk of damage, but the Cosmic Power starting to raise this Metagross's defenses. And of course, Leftovers getting a little bit of chip damage recovery. The Bug Bite doing less damage this time around, with another Cosmic Power being set up. Another Bug Bite only doing 17% of damage this time. Another Cosmic Power being set up by this Metagross. And I'd like to call out to the name Corroded from this Metagross, being a call out to the Corroded Seal from last year. Cody, you're awesome. Another Cosmic Power being set up by this Metagross though. And this Bug Bite trying to do as much chip damage as possible, but the rest coming in from the Metagross, getting it back to full HP. Hisuian Lilligant then swapping out to replace the Scyther while the Metagross stays asleep. A Victory Dance from this Lilligant raises its attack, defense, and its speed. That's a really crazy ability. What the heck? Crazy move. Another Victory Dance coming up as it wakes up. The Body Press not doing nearly enough damage because of its Victory Dance setups. But the Close Combat doesn't do too much damage either because of its defenses. The Body Press able to take down this Lilligant because of its dropped attack, or dropped defense. The first knockout being on turn 17. Nidoking then comes back out to replace this Lilligant. The Earth Power coming in, not doing too much damage, but doing enough. But the Meteor Mash going in and missing. Another Earth Power coming in, super effective hit, doing a third of the damage, but it predicted it, going for the rest and getting all the way back to full HP. Another Earth Power coming in, not getting any special defense drops quite yet, as the Metagross just stays asleep. Another Earth Power coming in. Still no special defense drop from this Earth Power. The Metagross just surviving right now. Another Earth Power coming in. He survives on 10% HP. And the rest being predicted again and going back to full HP. This Metagross just able to survive right now. Still not getting hit by any of these special defense drops. Another Earth Power coming in. Still not taking it down. No special defense drops. Oh, I know why. The Flamethrower coming in. Still not doing quite nearly enough. But the Body Press this time doing a resisted hit. And the Metagross now swaps out and does not fall. Metagross going into the special tank of Chansey. The Chansey getting hit by about a quarter of its HP. Not doing too much, but a hard swap from the Ninetales. Nidoking into the Arcanine. I can't speak. And a Seismic Toss coming in to pop the balloon of this Arcanine. And the Flare Blitz not quite taking down the Chansey, though. And the Toxic being set up into this Arcanine. The Arcanine going for the Head Smash, taking down this Chansey, but of course taking itself down in the process because of Chansey's really high defense or HP stats. Oh my gosh. Comfey then comes in to replace it with Gigalith, setting up the Sandstream again. The Calm Mind starting to get set up from this Comfey, with the Toxic being put onto this Comfey to start doing a little bit of chip damage, a little bit extra chip damage from the Sandstorm and the Toxic. Another Calm Mind being set up by this Comfey. And the Rock Blast hitting once, twice, but only twice. The Sandstorm, of course, doing a little bit more chip damage to this Comfey. The Aromatherapy curing the poison. And the Rock Blast missing, giving this Comfey just less chip damage now. And the Giga Drain coming in doing about a third of the damage and getting it back up to over half. The Rock Blast hitting once, twice, 3 with the crit. And it doesn't take down the Comfey. The Comfey just standing strong right now, but it looking really weak though. The Protect comes in from the Gigalith to protect it from the Giga Drain. And the Sandstorm ends, so Comfey survives another turn. But it hard swaps into the Rotom Heat to tank this resisted Giga Drain hit. And the Draining Kiss, though, able to do a little bit more damage. But what does the Rotom have left? The Rotom goes for the trick, tricking the Choice Scarf onto this Comfey, making it even faster with this Draining Kiss doing even more damage to this. The Volt Switch not doing nearly enough to get Mr. Evermitts out of there, with the Gigalith coming back out to set up the Sandstorm. Another Draining Kiss coming in, not doing enough as the Giga Drain did, though. The Rocky Helmet able to do more damage, and the Rock Blast hitting once and twice. The Comfey finally falling. That Trick Strat really working well against this Comfey, locking it in Draining Kiss. Nidoking then comes back out, and the Protect coming in from this Gigalith to protect it from the Sludge Wave. Probably predicting a swap here. Metagross then comes in, but the prediction was on point. The Nidoking going for the Earth Power, taking down the Metagross finally. The Flygon then comes in to replace the fallen Metagross, and the Nidoking going for Protect to kind of scope out a move coming on from this Earthquake from this Flygon. Nidoking swaps out back into the Scyther, and the Flygon is not banded or scarfed, so it goes in the U-turn, goes back into this Primarina. The Agility coming in from the Scyther to boost its speed by 2 times. And the Moonblast nearly taking it out, and of course dropping the special attack, but it's not going to really matter too much. The Roost coming in from the Scyther, taking it up to 70% HP. The Primarina going for another Moonblast, bringing it down to 7%. It's not enough, so the Scyther goes to the Aerial Ace, does a big chunk of damage, but does not do enough, and the Scyther falls to another Moonblast from this Primarina. Nidoking then swaps back in to replace it. Primarina swapping hard swapping out into this Gigalith. The Sludge Wave doing a resisted hit to this Gigalith. And a Protect coming in just to save it a little bit longer. An Earth Power coming in against this Araquanid, sorry. And the Sludge Wave still not doing the damage it needs to do. The Rock Blast coming and hitting once, twice, only twice. This Rock Blast not doing too much today. And the Sludge Wave able to knock down this Gigalith, finally. The Flygon then swaps in to replace it, and the Earthquake outspeeds takes down this Nidoking, leaving just the Starmie left. And the Sandstorm did subside, so Starmie outspeeds, goes to the Ice Beam. Flygon survives, though, gets frozen, thaws out, and goes into the U-turn to knock down this Starmie. What RNG on that last play. The Ice Beam somehow not knocking out this Flygon, getting the freeze, thawing first turn to get this knockout, and that is a win for the Brandon Bayleefs. A very hard-fought win. Um, yeah, Tapu Bullies doing so much work to this, and just unfortunately, RNG did not work out. But what a great showing from these teams. What a great showing from all the teams in our week one. I'm really excited to be back on this. Yeah, what insane luck. Um, Please, if you want, join. Nightbot has been talking about um, Nightbot. Oh, I forgot to add. Heck. Nightbot has been talking about um, joining the Discord channel. So if you have not joined in our Discord server yet, please go ahead and do so. Um, so in our Discord server, you'll be able to keep up with all the battles that happen. You'll be able to hang out with our community, which has been an amazing community so far. Y'all are so great. And not only that, I'll be posting the replays of the battles, the team sheets with the updated um, stats, the rankings, and everything will be updated tonight after the stream, and it'll be posted tonight as well. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you are ready for an amazing week 2 and just an amazing, exciting season. If week 1 was any indication of how the season's going to go, this is going to be a fantastic season. Thank you all for being here.